Hey everyone, thanks for checking out this this video. As I'm sure you've heard or you know, most vehicle wrap jobs are done using cast vinyl because of the way that it can stretch and conform. So typically you would never do a vehicle wrap using calendered, which, by the way, I mean, the word calendar always throws me off. For some reason I think of calendar like a year, and I don't really understand the correlation between both words. But anyways, you know, you typically use, regardless of the brand, whether it's Avery, Orafol, or 3M, which are the big three, typically you do it using cast vinyl, and you pair that up with the cast over laminate, and you get, you know, great results. Now in this case I'm going to show you my van, which I did using Orafol 3165. It's a gloss with Rapid Air, and that is your intermediate calendered vinyl. So it's really meant to go on straight surfaces. I believe that has an outdoor life durability of about 4 to 5 years, and you know, it's typically used for flat surfaces or something that contours very lightly. Not really meant for vehicles, unless it's like a small area or a flat area, like in a van or something. But anyways, the only reason why you would want to use that on a vehicle to perform a vehicle wrap, I would say, is either because you're trying to do something that's really short term, you know, and even that, if you get it done somewhere commercially, it may not make sense. You might as well not do it, or get something that's going to last you for a couple of years, because you would still be spending anywhere upwards of $1,500, I would think. The second reason is if you're trying to do a low budget job. In my case, it was a little bit of both. This van that I'm riding on, I've had it for going on 10 years. And there's been a couple instances where, you know, I'm thinking the van is done mechanically, but, you know, it keeps pushing strong. So it's something that I don't know if I'm going to keep the vehicle for a year, 2 years, you know. And also, as far as appearance, this is what is it? A GMC Safari van, the equivalent of a Chevy Astro van. It's a 2001. You know, it's not terribly old. And it's essentially a big cube. So, you know, when I thought of this, I figured, you know what, there's not a whole lot of curvature to the van. I'm gonna do it myself, so it's not like I want something that's gonna be lasting me 4 or 5 years. And so I started this during the summer, and the wrap itself came out very well. I like the design, of course. But as far as the vinyl, speaking strictly about the vinyl, now we're in the winter. I started this in the summer, and I think that because of the temperature changes and whatnot, some of the vinyl has actually, on the big curvatures, you know, it started to lift from the body. And not terribly, but again, I would not do this for a customer, because I'm sure he would come back in the winter and say, hey, you know, what's going on? So I'm gonna go and show you how, you know, the overall. I'll pan through it, and then I'll zoom into the specific areas of trouble. So, all right, that was the intro. So let me show you how that came about. Okay, so here is how the wrap looks, and the only thing I haven't wrapped is the front bumper. And that's because I'm kind of dreading working on it, and you know, but everything else is essentially done. I didn't do a roof liner either. I probably should, but you know, whatever. And so here's the passenger side. This van originally has windows. It's a passenger van. And because, again, I'm really the only one that writes this, I didn't want to go through the trouble of installing perforated vinyl, because I think it'll also take away from the intensity of the image. So if I did have people in it, yeah, I would have gone to and swapped out that for window perf. But so this is completely done in Oracal 3165 with Rapid Air. I didn't. It actually worked very, very, very well while I was installing this. I did it in panels, and there's a few wrinkles here and there, but overall, I mean, as far as commercial wrap, it gets the job done. Getting my message out there, and it's bright, it's colorful. This was printed using OEM inks, and it was laminated using Oracal 210. So it should be good for at least 2 years. We did allow plenty of time for the inks to gas out. So, but I don't know if it'll go on for that long. That's the thing. But anyways, looking into the smaller details. As far as flatness, as you can see, there's not a whole lot of curvature to the body. There's a couple grooves here, moldings, part of the body, but that worked out pretty well. You can see this is one of the panels where they meet up right here, and so everything has been stuck very well. I didn't even let the air out here, but it doesn't bother me. You can see there's some curvature here, and that's on very well. You can see maybe a little bubble right there. Now there's a channel here, and this is a big molding, if you can see it there. And so as you can see here, the vinyl didn't really contour, so there's this whole channel that's running under it. Same thing on the upper side of it. You can see that right here. So there's this big air bubble which I can actually push in, and I suppose I could go back with a heat gun and push that in, but I think it'll eventually just pop right back out. So going all the way to the front, here you can see a little bit of wrinkling, or not wrinkling, but where the vinyl is a little bit loose. Same thing here on the door. So again, that's what you get with calendar vinyl. Not a whole lot of conforming to the body. Because, by the way, neither is the 210, the over laminate, meant for this. So you can see a little bit of bubbling here. As far as this panel, this was the hardest one on each side, because as you can see, it actually contours this way. And so trying to get that and working it and trying to get zero wrinkles is a challenge. I think, print it out a little bit short. So here, as you can see, I worked the whole area up into this corner, and so I did end up with a few wrinkles here. The hood worked out pretty well. That, as you can see, there's a line right here, but still, there's no wrinkles absolutely on this hood, even all the way to the front, which is where you can see that it contours, or that it bends down. It's a very smooth finish. This is a matte finish, by the way. I'm sure you already knew that. And then on this side, same thing here. A little bit of lifting right here. But overall, again, it's very well. It worked out very well, at least for my purposes. A little wrinkle here that I couldn't get out. All this is something that I could have cut if I were to I would have cut if I were going to change this to window perf. But again, just didn't want to take away from it overall. Here at the door handle, when I applied this, everything did stick to the body, but now with the change in temperature, it's lifted a little bit. And then same thing over here where the panels meet. There's a molding here, and you can see there's a little bit of lifting right there. So that's how a wrap using intermediate vinyl would come out. Again, I think it's acceptable for my purpose and use, and based on the fact that it was put on this relatively flat surface, it worked out pretty well. But other than that, probably never do that on a car, on a smaller passenger car, or anything that has even more curvature. So I hope this was helpful to you guys, and if you were thinking about that, and help you make a better informed decision. Thanks for watching.